how to plot negative r theta. Okay, what happened when we have negative radius? All right, what happened when we have negative radius? Okay, I believe all of you already know how to plot the coordinate with positive radius, positive r theta. You don't have any problem. Okay, it's very quite straight away. Okay, just straight to the point, r theta. But now if you have negative radius, okay, how to do it is, okay, we have two steps. Okay, we have two steps. Step number one, first step, we need to plot positive r theta first. Okay, plot the positive r first. And second step, what you should do is, we need to reflect the coordinate. Reflect it, reflect the point. Okay, so for example, I give you one example. Okay, for example, plot the polar coordinates let's say we have -6, and then let's say we have 2 pi over 3. Okay, before that, guys, how do we convert this in radian mode to degree mode? This is 2 pi over 3 is radian mode. I want to convert this into degree mode. How to do it? We have 2 over 3. We should multiply by?
360.
Not 360, but 180. Okay, it's okay. Nice try. Guys, I like when you respond to me during our online class. So don't worry. If you answer me wrong, don't worry. I don't mind. Okay, as long as you respond, I'm very happy. Okay. So we need to multiply by 180. So this is equivalent to 120 degrees. Okay. So now, first step. Okay, solution. First step, we should plot the positive. Okay, first step. Oh, sorry. First step, we should plot positive 6 and then 2 pi over 3. Okay, positive 6, 2 pi over 3. Plot the positive radius first. Okay, see here, positive r. So positive 6, 2 pi over 3 first. So let us plot the coordinate. Okay, so the same thing happened here. We have x-axis and y-axis, of course. Okay, always bear in mind, on x-axis, we have angle equals to 0, right? And then here, our theta should be equals to pi over 2 or 90 degrees. Okay, so automatically for 2 pi over 3, it should be located where? Okay, let's say here we have first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and then fourth quadrant. So 2 pi over 3 ni located in which quadrant?
Second.
Okay, second quadrant. Well done. Because we have 120 degrees, right? We have this 120 degrees. Okay, so it should be located in the second quadrant. Okay, so let us plot this coordinate. I will put just dotted line because this is not our answer. This is just a positive radius. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say here. So this is the position of the coordinate 6, 2 pi over 3. Okay, and then we have this. Okay, this is the angle of 2 pi over 3. This one, from here to here. Okay. So now, this is the second step. Okay, what should we do next is, Second step is reflect it. Second step, we need to reflect the coordinate. Okay, reflect it. So instead of having the position in the second quadrant, okay, we should reflect this coordinate to fourth quadrant. Okay, therefore the coordinate should be belongs here. This is the answer. Okay, we have to reflect from second coordinates becomes the fourth. Second quadrant becomes fourth quadrant. So here, this is the coordinate of -6, 2 pi over 3. Okay? So this is the answer. Understand, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good, well done. Okay, if I ask you, what are the other names for this coordinate, for this position? Apa lagi nama yang kita boleh bagi pada titik yang sama, the same point with other names? The same point, -6, 2 pi over 3, also equivalent to what? Okay, guys, can you give me the angle here? What's the angle here? The red color.
Pi over 3.
Pi over 3.
Okay, well done. Pi over 3 or negative pi over 3?
Negative.
Yes, negative pi over 3. Okay, in polar coordinates, if you have clockwise or anti-clockwise orientation, means the angle is positive. Okay, but if you have clockwise, the angle should be negative. Okay, the angle should be negative. And undo. Okay, anti-clockwise, positive angle, anti-clockwise, negative angle should be clockwise. So in this case, the red color is clockwise, so we have negative angle. So we can write the same point, the same coordinate here as 6, okay, positive, nampak saya buat positive 6, negative pi over 3. What are the other coordinates? Dia sama dengan apa juga? Banyak ni. The same coordinate with the other names. Apa lagi, guys? How about this? How about the, okay, I use the red color. Sorry, I will use green color now. Green color from here to here. What's the angle? Theta equals to what? The green color one.
11 pi over 6.
11 pi over 6. 11 pi over 6. 7 or 11? 11 pi over 6, yes? Not over 6 actually. 5 pi over 3, right?
Yes.
Ni kan, suppose dia 2 pi kan? Dia macam ni guys, nak dapatkan theta hijau ni. Theta hijau ni, green color is 2 pi. It's okay, nice try. Minus pi over 3, we should get theta equals to 5 pi over 3. Okay, so the other names for the same point here, macam you all lah guys, you ada nama, okay, contoh, you nama you, ni contoh je tau, contoh, nama Muhammad Ali, but in Instagram nama Harry, dalam Facebook nama Jackie, yang gitu. Sama lah juga, coordinate yang sama, the same coordinate, we have a lot of names. Okay, we also have 6, 5 pi over 3, macam tu. Okay, understand what I mean? Understand, guys? We have this, and this. A lot of names for the same point, the yellow color. Okay. Next, I'm going to teach you. Okay, convert. Okay, convert from. Oh, Chin Yang asked me rectangular coordinate. Oh, guys, actually like this. The axis is still x and y axis, but we plot the coordinate on that axis lah maksudnya. Okay? Plot coordinate ni dia berada pada paksi, dia tetap pada paksi x and y. Understand? It's still on the rectangular coordinates, but we plot the polar coordinate on the x and y axis. Like that. Okay? So next we want to convert from polar coordinates to rectangular coordinates. Okay, we have two formulas, right? Polar coordinates, we have r and theta. We want to convert into what? Rectangular coordinate is x and y, right? Okay, x and y. Some books also call this as rectangular ni sebagai Cartesian, the same thing lah. Okay, Cartesian or rectangular, the same meaning. Okay. All right, there are two formulas involved here. Number one, number two. Okay, x is equals to r cos theta. You have to remember when we are dealing with x means cos. Okay, you can ingat tu. X cos. Okay, and then y is equals to r sin theta. Y must be always related to sine. Okay, y must be always related to sine. Okay, for this case, it will be very simple. We just substitute the value. For example, convert the polar coordinates. Let's say 8, and then pi over 6 to the rectangular coordinates. Okay, so we have solution. X equals to r cos theta. So of course, from here, 8 is our r, and then pi over 6 is our theta. Okay, so we just substitute into the formula. We have r equals to 8, and then cos pi over 6. Okay guys, if you use your calculator, you want to key in pi over 6, make sure you change to radian mode. Okay, change to radian mode. But if you want to use pi over 6 is how many degrees? 30 degrees, right? Also equals to 30 degrees. If you want to use 30 degrees, you need to make sure your calculator in degree mode. So either one lah. Okay, so in this case, we will have 8 times pi over 6 is square root 3 over 2. So we will have 4 times square root 3, right? Did you get this? Guys, did you get that?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now y equals to r sine theta. Okay, r sine theta. So y equals to r is 8 sine theta. Angle is pi over 6. So if you calculate this using your calculator, you will get 8 multiplied by 1 over 2. Okay, sine pi over 6 is 1 over 2. So you will get 4. Therefore, the answer would be xy equals to 4 square root 3 and 4. That's it. Okay, that's the answer. So next, convert convert tadi polar. Okay, convert the rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates. Okay. So in this case, we are going to change from x and y to r and theta. Okay. Again, there are two formulas involved here. Okay, there are two formulas involved here. What is r, guys? What is r? Formula R dalam video Dr. Anwar John tu dia cakap apa?
X square plus Y square.
Yes, okay, square root of x squared plus y squared. Okay, good. And then we also have angle theta equals to arctangent, okay, shift tangent of y over x. Okay, I give you tips. Okay, I give you tips for this type of question. Plot the coordinate first. Okay, plot the coordinate first. Previously, for converting from polar to rectangular, no need for you to plot the coordinate because you will get the same answer by just substituting the values. However, for this case, it's better for you to plot the coordinate first. If not, your answer might be wrong. I give you example, okay? I explain why. Okay, example. Convert the rectangular coordinate. Let's say -8, -11 to the polar coordinates. Okay, so let us plot this coordinate first. So let us plot this coordinate. This coordinate will be located where? Where is the position of -8, -11? Which quadrant?
Third quarter.
Third
Okay.
quadrant.
Third quadrant. Okay, good. Very good. Third quadrant. Okay. So it should be somewhere here, -8. For example, here -8. And let's say here -11. So you will have this coordinate. Okay, -8, -11. Okay, now let us find the value of r and theta. Okay, so basically this is your x and this is your y. Okay, so the formula is r equals to square root of x squared plus y squared. So we just substitute into the formula. R equals to square root of -8 squared plus -11 squared. So we should get, okay, 11 squared plus 8 squared is equivalent to square root of 185. Okay, and then we need to find the theta. Okay, guys, for this arctangent of -11 over -8 is better for you to use degree mode. Okay, use degree mode. So you dapat berapa ni? Cuba kira. What's the answer? What's the angle? Dapat ke tak? What's the value? Arctangent, shift tangent, 11 over 8.
54.
53.97, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 53.97 degrees. Okay, now, can you give me the location of this angle? Where is the location of this angle? Which quadrant? This quadrant?
Wow.
Yes, first quadrant. Very good. First quadrant. Okay, logically, this should be located in the first quadrant, right? First quadrant. However, our coordinate is located in the third quadrant. So that's, if you answer me 53.97, this is wrong answer. Okay, because this angle is not reflecting this point, this coordinate. So what should we do now? Okay, that's why for this type of question, it's better for you to plot the coordinate first. So we know the real location of our coordinate. So now this What should we do? Theta, we want to find the correct angle for this position, third quadrant.
Plus 180.
Yeah, so we need to add 180 plus 53.97. So what's the answer?
233.
Yes, 233.97. Okay, good. So therefore, the answer of R theta is equivalent to apa tadi? Square root of 185, okay, and 233.97. Okay, so this is the answer. This point and this point, okay. Theta is 233.97 degrees, like that. This is equivalent to square root 185, 233.97. Understand, guys?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, good. So next, we need to, okay, apa lagi gua kena baca? Okay, sketch. Sketch the graph of polar curves. Polar curves or polar equation, the graph of polar curves. Okay. Number one, the very simple one, r equals to, let's say, equals to 5, for example. So this is a what in polar? This is a what? So here x and y. Bentuk apa ni? You all kena tengok video. Kita nak.
Circle.
Yeah, circle. Okay, we will have a circle with radius 5. So here is 5, 5, negative 5, negative 5. Okay, number 2. If we have r equals to negative 5. Okay, this is also a circle. I will explain why. I will explain to you why. Okay, let's say we have a table here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. Okay, r, theta, r. Let's say we start with 0. Okay. R must be always negative 5 lah. Negative 5, negative 5, negative 5. Okay. So now, I plot the axis here and here. Okay, x and y. Okay, let's say this is the first column. Okay, first column. So first column on theta equals to 0. So theta equals to 0 is here, right? On this axis, positive x axis. Okay, this is the position where theta equals to 0. However, you see here we have negative. So what should we do with the negative sign? Just now, if negative radius, negative r, we need to reflect. Okay, so instead of having the point at theta equals to 0, we need to reflect this point, okay, to here. Okay, we need to reflect. So the first coordinate, okay, this is the first coordinate. Okay, first coordinate should be on the theta equals to, kalau dekat sini, ni theta equals to pi. Bukan yang merah ni, not the red color, but the black color, first coordinate. Okay, because we have to reflect. Okay, now, theta equals to pi over 2. Okay, second coordinate. Okay, pi over 2 is here, right? Pi over 2. So logically, it should be located somewhere here. However, guys, again, we have negative 5. So we need to reflect. So instead of having the position, the coordinate at positive y, we have to reflect this coordinate to the negative y. So we have negative 5 here. This is your second column, second point, second column. Understand the concept of reflection here?
Yes.
Boleh faham tak guys? Okay, now
Boleh.
third column, pi per 2 jadi pi kan? Okay, theta equals to pi. Theta equals to pi, suppose theta equals to pi is somewhere here. Okay, however, instead of having the point at the theta at the negative x-axis, we need to reflect this. Okay, we need to reflect this point to here. Okay, so dekat third column ni, kedudukan dia dekat sini, third point. Because of negative. Negative ni, kena reflect juga. Sama je. Okay. The same thing happen for theta, the fourth column. When theta equals to 3 pi over 2, suppose it should be located here. However, we need to reflect this coordinate to here. Okay, so this is the fourth column punya position. Because of ni negative sign ni, sebab negatif ni. So kita kena reflect juga. So last kali bila kita dah letak semua titik tu, kita dapat balik circle. Okay, that's why for the case of negative 5, we also have a circle with radius 5. So understand the concept of reflection kat sini? Can you get the point here?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. So next, number 3. For, example, let's say R equals to, A cos theta, and then R equals to number 4, A sin theta. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, for cos, it must be always related to x-axis. Okay, x-axis. And then if sine, it must be always related to y-axis. Okay, so if the values of A is positive, means your graph should be located on the right-hand side. Okay, on the right, because positive x-axis. If A is negative, then your graph should be on the left. So if I give you one example, okay, example sketch. R equals to 10 cos theta. Okay, 10 cos theta. This is also a circle, but now cos. So cos must be related to x-axis. So the graph should be located here on x-axis. So just put 10 here. You already get full mark. That's it. Okay, it's very simple. So what's the center here, guys? What's the coordinate? It should be?
5.
Yes, it should be 5. Okay, good. Okay, next. For example, for sine pula, let's say sketch R equals to negative 7 sine theta. Okay, so sine must be always related to y-axis. Okay, x and y. So it should be above or down here?
Down.
Down here. Okay, below here. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so we have this circle, and the value here is negative 7, and the center should be negative 7 over 2. Okay, that's it. All right, next, number 5. Okay, cardioid. Okay, cardioid. Cardioid is the case where you have this kind of equation. Let's say A plus or minus A cos theta, and then R equals to A plus or minus A sin theta. Okay, now why I put A and A? Okay, the condition for the equation to be a cardioid is the values must be the same. Okay, there should be same value, A plus A. Kalau A kat sini 3, plus 3 lah. Okay, if we have 7, should be plus 7. Okay, the same thing happen here. The value should be the same. Okay, and again guys, the concept is very simple. Kalau cos x, if sine should be y. And then you look, either the value is positive or negative. Okay, if positive should be on the right, if negative on the left. If you have sine equation, if positive should be upper part, if negative should be lower part. Okay, so I give you example. Sketch the following polar curves. Okay, number 1, r equals to 4 plus 4 cos theta. Number 2, let's say r equals to let's say nombor berapa? You all nak berapa bagi satu nombor?
3.
3 minus 3 sin theta. Section ni malu-malu lah. You all slow je kalau saya suruh respon. Kalau section lain cepat-cepat je. Yang malu-malu dengan saya. Okay, and then let's say we have 5 plus 5 sin theta. Okay. So question number 1, we have r equals to 4 plus 4 cos theta. Okay, so remember here we have cos should be x-axis. Okay, x-axis. And then dia plus. So dia plus maksudnya di sebelah kanan yang lebih besar lah. So x and y. X and y. Okay, so plus 4 plus 4 cos theta should be x-axis and then on the right. So it should be like this. Just simply straight away plot the coordinate like the graph like that. Okay guys, and the value here is 4 plus 4 should be 8. And then the value here should be 4 and negative 4. Okay, let me explain to you why we have the graph like this. Okay, why we have graph like that? Because we put a table. Okay, if we put a table, we have angle, we have r. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if 0, if you substitute r equals to 4 plus 4 cos 0, you will get 4 plus 4 cos 0 is 1. So we get r equals to 8. So 8. That's why we have 8 here. On theta equals to 0. Okay, on theta equals to 0. Okay, next, on theta equals to pi over 2. Here, theta equals to pi over 2. So if you substitute the value of pi over 2 here, okay, r equals to 4 plus 4 cos pi over 2. Cos pi over 2 is 0. Okay, so 4 times 0, 0 becomes 4. That's why we get 4. Okay, now, pi over 2, let's say, okay, here is 4. So let's say let me explain to you about why do we get point of 0 here. Okay, 0. So we have theta equals to pi. Okay, r equals to 4 plus 4 cos pi. Okay, cos pi is equals to negative 1. Okay, cos 180 is negative 1. So 4 minus 4, we get 0. So that's why we have this position. Dia masuk ke dalam, dia jadi 0. Okay? Understand, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Doctor.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, ni 3 pi over 2. Okay, logically, okay, let me explain to you about this because yesterday there is one student asked me about this. So 4 plus 4 cos 3 pi over 2. Okay, so equals to 4 plus 4 cos 3 pi over 2 is 0, so we get 4. Okay, listen here carefully. Okay, listen here carefully. When theta, this is when theta equals to 3 pi over 2. Theta equals to 3 pi over 2. We have 4, radius 4. Okay, radius 4 is positive, right? Positive. When we have positive radius, means it belongs to this angle. Dia memang berada pada 3 pi over 2. It belongs, it's located on theta equals to 3 pi over 2. However, in terms of notation, dari segi penulisan, we need to denote as negative 4. Why negative 4? Because y exists. Y exists at the lower part is negative 4. That's why we need to put negative 4 here as the coordinate. Understand? Even though the radius is positive. Okay, the meaning of positive means dia berada pada 3 pi over 2. It's located on 3 pi over 2. No need for you to reflect. Okay, no need for you to reflect. No need to reflect. Because positive. Kita hanya akan reflect kalau if you have negative R, negative. Kalau kat sini negative 4, baru you kena naik atas. Okay, but in this case, it belongs to this angle. Dia memang berada pada theta pi over 2. Okay, 3 pi over 2. But you have to put the negative sign here. Why negative sign? Because lower part of y exists. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, good. So next question. Undo. 3 minus 3. Where is the position, guys? Can you give me the position of this cardioid?
Y.
Downward. Y downward.
Right below, yes. Downward or below, yes. Betul, betul, betul. So straight away, if you are already expert, just straight away sketch the graph, okay? Your marks 100% from the graph. Okay, so straight away, you will have this. Major axis dekat atas. So 3 plus, dekat bawah. Sebab dia negatif kan? So downward below here. Macam bentuk love dah. Okay? Menarik belajar matematik ni. Tengok bentuk love pun ada equation. So you have this. This is, okay, can you give me the value here? What's the value at the bottom graph?
6.
Negative 6. Okay, don't forget negative, eh? Okay, good. So next is negative 3 here. Here should be 3. Okay, the bigger the value here, your cardioid will be bigger. Okay, number 3. We have 5 plus 5 sin theta. R equals to 5 plus 5 sin theta. Where is the position? Right, left, up or down?
Up.
Up.
Out here, okay, good. So we will have this position. Yes, somewhere here. So the value here should be
10.
10.
10.
Okay. Right here is 5. Right here is negative 5. That's it. You answer like this, you already get 10, full marks. Okay. Next. What if you have... Okay, tadi nombor berapa eh? Number 5, number 6. Number 6, 5 kon. 5 pula. 5 kon. Okay, let's say with inner loop. With inner loop. You will have A plus minus B cos theta and also R equals to A plus minus B sin theta. The same concept. Kalau cos on x-axis, if sin should be on y-axis. Okay, for the case of 5 kon with inner loop, okay, the rules is like this. The values of A must be less than the values of B. Okay, the values of A must be less than the values of B. All right. For example, sketch R equals to, let's say, 6 plus 7 cos theta. Okay. We will have a graph like this. 5 con with inner loop is like this. We have x and y. Okay. So basically cos is x axis, right? And then positive. Okay. Tengok ni dia ada cos, so x axis and then positive. So your graph will be looks like this. Okay. Dia ada inner loop. This loop. Inner loop. Okay, kenapa dia ada inner loop? Why do we have inner loop here? Okay, logically, of course, you know already 6 plus 7. So the value here should be 13. Okay, 6 plus 7 is 13. So how do we know the coordinate inside here? Okay, so we need to substitute when theta equals to pi, we will have r equals to 6 plus 7 cos pi. So we have 6 plus 7 multiplied by -1. Cos pi is -1. So we have -1. Okay, what happened when we have -1? Negative. We should reflect. Yes, we should reflect. That's why instead of having the coordinate here at theta equals to pi, we need to reflect inside this. Reflect to the positive axis. So that's why we have inner loop for this type of equation. Okay, if you have a less than b, a and b not the same value, and a less than b, you should have inner loop. So the value here should be 1. Okay, that's it. The value here should be positive 1. Okay. Now, how do we find the value here? What's the coordinate here? How do we find? Macam mana nak cari? How? Substitute theta equals to what?
Pi over 2.
Yes, when theta equals to pi over 2, we have r equals to 6 plus 7 cos pi over 2. So cos pi over 2 is 0. So 6 plus 7 times 0, we get 6. That's why the value here should be 6. Of course, kalau 6 atas, bawah ni mestilah negative 6. Okay? Dia mesti sama. Dia symmetric about x-axis. Alright. Next is, okay, 5 con with inner loop dah. Okay, what happened if I change? Okay, number 6, number 7. Number 7 ni 5 con juga. 5 con ni dia ada 2 lah. Okay, dimple 5 con. Ataupun lagi convex 5 con. Okay. Let's say I use the same question but I change the position of 6 and 7. Sketch, for example, sketch r equals to 7 plus 6 cos theta. Saya ubah position. I change the position. Tadi 6 plus 7. Now 7 plus 6. Okay. So in this case, A is greater than B. Okay, A is greater than B. So now your graph will be like this. Your graph will be like this. X and Y. Okay, tadi dia masuk ke dalam kan? We have inner loop. But for this case, we have something like this. Macam gitu. Okay. Same thing happen here. Here should be 13. Okay, 13. Right now, what's the value here? Okay, again, the same concept. We need to substitute theta equals to pi. Okay, so when theta equals to pi, we have r equals to 7 plus 6 cos pi. Okay, so r equals to 7 plus 6 times -1. So r equals to 7 minus 6 is 1. See? The value here is positive. Okay, positive. Which means that this radius is located at theta equals to pi. So, bila positive, no need for you to reflect. No need to reflect. Okay, no need to reflect. So, it belongs to theta equals to pi. So that's why dia dekat sini juga. Dia tak perlu masuk ke dalam. Dia tak perlu pergi ke positive x. Dia berada di negative x, coordinate negative x. So in terms of notation, we put apa ni? In terms of notation, kita letak coordinate ni sebagai what guys? The value here should be? Faham ke tak saya tanya ni?
1.
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Yes, in terms of notation, yes, good. We should have negative 1 in terms of notation. Alright? Because R is positive 1, so it belongs to theta equals to pi. And of course, kat sini berapa? 6 ke 7?
7.
Yes, 7. Well done. 7 and here should be negative 7. Okay. So next we have roses. Tadi nombor berapa dah? 7, 8. Roses. Roses ni students selalu confused. That's why saya ada satu video tu, saya buat video how to sketch roses. Okay, so roses we will have R equals to A cos n theta. And then R equals to A sine n theta. Okay, the difference between these equations and the previous equations yang circle kat atas ni. Ni. Yang circle ni tadi dia tak ada n. Dia tak ada n theta, no n theta. But in this case, for the roses, we do have n here. We have n here and n here. Okay, for roses, okay guys, A is actually the length of petal, panjang kelopak, length of petal. And then N is the number of petals. Okay, we have two categories of N. Okay, so we have N even and odd. Okay, for N even, nombor genap. Okay, and even means 2, 4, 6 and the rest lah. Okay, and so on. If N even, number of petals should be, saya pakai pen hitam ni, number of petals should be multiplied by 2. Okay, 2n, yes, 2n. If n is odd, okay guys, if n is odd, number of petals should be
N.
n only. Yes, no need for you to multiply by 2. Okay, now let us do this one by one. Okay, let's say for example, sketch R equals to, let's say we have 8 sine 2 theta. Okay. Okay, in order to sketch the roses, we need to know where is the location of the petals. Okay, we need to know where is the location of the petals. Kita nak tahu kat mana lokasi kelopak-kelopak tu berada, petals tu berada. So what we should do here is we need to let R equals to the length of petal. So in this case, what is the length of petal? What is the length? 8. Yes, this is the length of petal. So we should let R equals to 8. So if we let R equals to 8, we substitute here, we will get 8 equals to 8 sine 2 theta. Okay, so sine 2 theta, 8 divided by 8, we get 1. So 2 theta, we will get up sine of 1. Shift sine 1. Kalau tekan calculator, you dapat apa ni? 2 theta equals to, should be 90 degrees, right?
Yeah.
Should be pi over 2, should be 90 degrees. Okay, 90 degrees. 90 degrees, pi over 2. Okay, now for n even, okay, for n even, we should plus with pi. Okay, plus pi. Okay, now in this case, how many petals do we have? How many petals? Look here.
4.
Yes, 4 petals. Okay, 4 petals. So we should find another 3 coordinates lah. Kan? Untuk dapatkan 4 kelopak, so kena cari lagi 3 sudut. Okay, so pi over 2 plus pi, we will have 3 pi over 2. Okay, and then for the third petal, we need to plus pi again. So plus 3 pi over 2 plus pi, we will get 5 pi
5
over
pi
2.
over 2.
Yes, good. And then plus pi again, we get 7 pi
7
over
pi over
2.
2.
Yes. So now theta should be, you have to divide by 2 here. Bring down here. So we will have pi over 2 divided by 2, pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, and then 7 pi over 4. Okay, so settle. Now we can plot the position of x and y. Okay, pi over 4, if you use your calculator, if you want to ensure the position in degree, we have 45 degrees. Okay, 3 pi over 4 should be berapa guys?
135.
35. Okay, how about 5 pi over 4? 200 and
25.
yes, 25 degrees. 7 pi over 4 should be 315
15.
degrees. Yes. So logically, the position should be here for 45 degrees, pi over 4 here, and then 3 pi, this is theta equals to pi over 4, and then 3 pi over 4 should be in the second quadrant. So theta equals to 3 pi over 4, and then theta equals to 5 pi over 4. Okay, and then here is theta equals to 7 pi over 4. So we can sketch the roses happily. Number 1 petal, second petal, third petal, and fourth petal. Okay, that's it. Now, if we have second example, saya nak tarik sikit ni. This, sorry. This, okay, here. Okay. Alright. Second, tadi apa? Tadi sign kan? Okay. Let's say sekarang ni sketch R equals to cos. Okay, give me a number. Nombor berapa you all nak? Sorry?
8.
8. 8. Tadi 8 juga.
10.
Yes. Is there any question?
11.
11. Okay, 11. Kita buat cos. Okay, you all nak berapa kelopak sekarang ni? So nak kena letak berapa n? Nak berapa kelopak? You all nak socialise. Tadi saya cari 4 kelopak. Nak berapa pula n? Give me the question.
3.
3 tu odd number. Saya nak even number.
4.
Okay, 4 theta. Okay, so 4 theta, how many petals ni?
8 petals.
Yes, 8 petals. Okay, 8 petals. Okay, let us do this together. All right, now, again, we let R equals to the length of petals. So let R equals to 11. Okay, now, so we have 11 equals to 11 cos 4 theta. Okay, so cos 4 theta is equals to 1. Okay, so 4 theta is equals to arc cos of 1. So if you use your calculator, shift cos 1 is equivalent to? Dapat berapa? 0. Yes, good, 0. Okay, again, bila n is even, n is even, so nak kena tambah berapa? Pi ke 2 pi?
Pi.
Pi.
Yes, good. Tambah pi. So 0 plus pi is pi. Tambah pi lagi 2 pi. Tambah pi lagi 3 pi. Tambah pi lagi. Nak cari sampai berapa ni? Sampai berapa ni? Nak kena cari. 8. Yes, until 8. Yes, we need to find it until 8. So 0 pi, 2 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi, 7 pi. Betul tak? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay, so stop until 7 pi. So we have 40 kat theta. Okay, so theta is equals to 0 over 4 is 0 lah. So pi over 4, 2 pi over 4 is pi over 2. 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4 is pi. 5 pi over 4. And then 6 pi over 4 is 3 pi over 2. Betul ke apa lah? And then 7 pi over 4. Okay, like that. So now, jom kita start the case. Banyak ni kelopak you all ni. X, Y. Okay, so pi over 4. To make, you have to ensure the position. So 0, 35, 45, 90, 180 degrees. 90, 135 degrees. 180 degrees, and then tambah 45, 225, and then 270 degrees, and then tambah 45 should be 315 degrees. Okay, so here the positions of the radius. Sorry guys, ada orang mesej rumput, you dengar ke? Bising ke? Okay tak? Ada orang mesej rumput kat sini.
Okay.
Sorry, kita start dengan 0 kan. So here is theta equals to 0. This is theta equals to pi over 4. Here should be theta equals to pi over 2. And then here should be theta equals to, what is 3 pi over 4. Theta equals to pi. Theta equals to 5 pi over 4. Theta equals to 3 pi over 2, and then here theta equals to 7 pi over 4. Okay, now we can sketch the roses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tertinggal, miss this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you, thank you. And then we have this. Okay, now previously kita nak denote tahu panjang dia kat mana sebab dia bukan berada pada paksi kan. It's not at the axis. So now we can locate the coordinate. So what's the coordinate here? That's what this coordinate here should be. Apa tadi soalan? 11. Yes, the length of petal should be 11. Okay, that's it. Alright. So next, number of petals kita ambil odd pula. Odd. Okay, example, sketch. R equals to, let's say, 7. Sine. You all nak apa ni? How many petals? Guys, how many petals you want?
3.
3.
5 theta. Okay, 6 tak boleh sebab 6 dia even. Saya nak odd sekarang ni. Okay, thank you very much for responding to me. Good, very good. So now, okay, odd number. This is odd number. So how many petals do we have here?
5.
Yes, 5 petals. Okay, no need for you to multiply by 2. Previously, you kena darab 2. Okay, multiply by 2. Ni darab 2. But in this case, no need for you to multiply. Straight away, take the n because n is odd. Alright, again, the same step we let r equals to 7. So 7 equals to 7 sine 5 theta. And then equals to 1 sine 5 theta. Sama lah. Satu pula. Up sine 1. So here the same number. So 5 theta should be pi over 2. Okay, now since n is odd, we should plus 2 pi. Okay, tambah 2 pi. Dia berbeza tadi. Tadi previously we add pi. But in this case we add 2 pi because of odd number. Okay, n is odd. So n odd means you have to plus 2 pi. Okay, tambah 2 pi, 2 pi, 2 pi. Kalau tadi tambah pi, pi, pi je. Okay, now we need to find the other 4 coordinates. 4 angles. So pi over 2 plus 2, we should get 5 pi over 2, and then plus 2 pi again. Okay, plus 2 pi again, we will have 9 pi over 2, and then plus 2 pi again. So 13 pi over 2, and then plus baru 1, 2, 3, 4, baru 4 angle. The last angle should be 17, right? 17 pi over 2, yes. Okay, good. So now theta is divide by 5. So pi over 10, pi over 5, okay, so pi over 2 lah. 9 pi over 10, 13 pi over 10, and then 17 pi over 10. Okay? So in degree, this is 18 degrees. And then we have 36 degrees. And, sorry, 90 degrees, 36 pula. Yes?
Doktor,
Ya.
pi plus 2 pi tu bukan 3 pi ke doktor?
Bukan. Dia macam ni. Okay, no, it's okay, good question. Pi over 2 plus 2 pi. Plus 2 pi over 1, guys. So, bila you tambah pecahan kan, you darab 2. So, pi over 2 plus 2 pi, 4 pi over 2 becomes 5 pi over 2, right? Understand?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay, good question. Okay, bagus. Bila tanya, baru saya explain. So, mungkin ada student lain yang tak faham juga, so boleh faham. Okay, good. Next, pi over 2 is 90 degrees. Ni you kena kira tadi. So, 9 times 180 divided by 10. So, we have 162 degrees. And then 13 multiplied by 18, we have 234 degrees. Okay. Betul ke? Darab 13 darab 180 bahagi 100 bagi 10. Kalau saya salah, boleh tahu 234. So 17. Dapat berapa ni? 306 degrees. Okay, good. So jom kita plot. Okay, so we have this X and Y. So here 18 degrees should be here. Theta equals to pi over 10. And then here theta equals to pi over 2. And then 162, theta equals to 9 pi over 10. And then 234, so here theta equals to 13 pi over 10. And then the last one, okay, here theta equals to 17 pi over 10. So now this is the roses. Okay, guys, that's it. Understand? 4 roses.
Madam, untuk
Yes.
18 degree tapi cun-cun 18 degree.
Sorry, apa dia?
The 18 degree from the X, the first quadrant should be anywhere. I mean, it's not strict that to have the 18 degree lah. Okay lah, maksudnya 18 degree kita tak payah measure cantik punya agak-agak jauh ya.
Oh, maksud you kena dekat kat sini. Oh, doesn't matter as long as okay, for me, okay, I explain like this. In your test or final exam, in fact, okay, don't worry guys. As long as the position is correct, first quadrant, third quadrant, second quadrant, like that. Okay, so sebab kita tak pakai kertas graph kan, so doesn't matter lah. Okay, as long as the position 18 degrees tu berada within the first quadrant. Okay, and then kalau you boleh plot coordinate macam ni, in your test, better plot the coordinate. Okay, for example here, 11. You kena plot titik tu 11. Kalau kat sini, you boleh plot juga. Here, 11. Okay? Okay, lecturer, we look at your number of petals, correct number of petals, and then the position. Which quadrant? of the location of the petals. So guys, actually, if you already memorize, okay, you memang sangat kuat ingatan, you boleh hafal sampai berpuluh-puluh theta pun. I mean, you boleh hafal the position of the petals. Okay, it's okay. Just straight away sketch the roses. Okay, because the marks is just given from your figure. Understand? Get what I mean?
Yes, doktor.
Okay, faham Okay, maksudnya graf kita, bila saya marking, saya akan tengok bilangan kelopak and then the position dekat kuadran keberapa kelopak-kelopak tu berada. Okay, so kalau you dah hafal, okay, alright. If let's say you dah hafal sampai 20 theta, let's say for example, equals to 5 sine 20 theta. You dah hafal, you straight away sketch the graph. No need for you to do all these things. Okay, I just give you the guideline to plot. Okay, kalau yang ni berapa petals ni? Kalau 20 theta, how many petals?
4.
40 lah kan?
40.
40 petals lah kan? So guys, kalau you, okay, let's say lah, kalau you sesaja malam ni kan, you nak WhatsApp your girlfriend, you cuba WhatsApp dia macam ni, 1000, let's say cos 1000 theta, tengok dia reply apa. Kalau dia student engineering, dia akan reply, dia suka lah, she will like it. But if dia tak faham, kalau dia minta clash, saya tak bertanggungjawab You faham tak ni? Berapa petals ni, bunga ni?
2000.
2000, yes. 2000 petals kelopak. Okay? So, that's the beauty of mathematics lah. Lukis bunga pun boleh dalam mathematics. Alright, next. What we have? Symmetric test. Okay, symmetric test.
Madam, kalau kita guna apa ni dalam degree boleh je kan? Saya guna theta apa tu pi tu.
Oh boleh, tak ada masalah. Cumanya nanti bila tambah pi maksudnya tambah berapa? Tambah 180 lah.
Gitu.
Boleh. Kalau tambah 2 pi jadi tambah 360. Boleh? Tak ada masalah. Don't worry. Okay, so now symmetric test. Kita ada berapa symmetric test ni? Number 1, symmetry about x-axis. Okay guys, symmetry about x-axis. The formula is we need to show that f theta is equivalent to f negative theta. Okay, what does it mean by symmetry about x-axis? It means that bila ada satu graph, okay guys, satu graph. Okay, for example, graph macam ni. For example, r equals to, let's say, 3 cos theta. Okay, 3 cos theta, kalau you plot graph, dia akan jadi macam ni kan? The value is 3. Okay. Maksud symmetry about x-axis tu ialah kalau you ada satu kertas, a paper, you fold your paper with respect to x-axis. You lipat kertas terhadap paksi x. You akan dapat this line reflected below here. Okay. So itu maksud symmetry about x-axis. Maksudnya kalau you lipat kertas pada paksi X, you dapat reflection dia sama, symmetric. Itu maksud symmetric about x-axis. Okay, number 2 is symmetric about y-axis. If you have f theta, we need to make sure that it's equals to pi minus theta. Okay, for example, kalau kita ada equals to 5, let's say plus 5 sin theta. Contoh macam ni. Okay, ni graf apa ni? Kita baru belajar tadi. Ni graf bentuk apa ni? Apa nama graf ni? 5 plus 5 sin theta. What's the name?
Cardioid.
Cardioid. Okay, well done. Cardioid. So, atas, bawah, kiri, kanan?
Atas.
Atas. Here, right? So now, okay, y-axis. What does it mean by symmetry about y-axis? Ialah when you fold your paper, okay, when you fold your paper with respect to y, okay, bila you lipat kertas terhadap paksi y, this curve will be reflected here. Okay, that's what it means by symmetric about y-axis. Okay, kalau graf ni you lipat pada paksi x, dia tak simetrik. Kalau you lipat daripada terhadap paksi x kan, dia tak simetrik. Tapi graf ni dia simetrik pada paksi y. Understand?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, number 4 pula. Number 3. Symmetry about the origin. Okay, or the pole. Samalah origin atau the pole. We will have, we need to show that f theta equals to f pi plus theta. Okay, about the pole ni dia adalah daripada, okay, logically kalau about the pole dia macam ni. Kalau you ada satu garisan kat sini, let me put this, you will be reflected here. Akan reflect ke sini. Itu maksud about the pole. Okay, so let me give you one example. Kalau x-axis ni simple je, you just need to show this one. I give you symmetric about y dengan symmetric about the pole. Example, show that r equals to, let's say 6 minus 6 cos theta. Bukan cos, sorry, sin theta is symmetric about y-axis. Okay, so first of all, to answer this type of question, we need to let r equals to 6 minus 6 sin theta. Let r pula. Sorry. Let f theta, macam ni. F theta equals to 6 minus 6 sin theta. Okay, next, we need to find f pi minus theta. So 6 equals to minus sin 6 sin pi minus theta. Okay, in order to show that the graph is symmetric about y-axis, we need to use this formula. Use the addition, the subtraction formula of trigo. Okay, if you still remember during your secondary school, we have sin A minus B is equals to sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Okay, so this is your A and this is your B. Okay, so let us proceed now. F pi minus theta equals to, okay, 6 minus 6, open the square bracket, sin A, so sin pi cos B, so cos theta, minus cos A is pi, sin B is theta, so sin theta. Okay, now sin pi is 0 and then cos pi is negative 1. Alright, so you will get 6 minus 6, 0 minus negative 1 times sin theta. So we have 6 minus 6, negative becomes plus, so 6 sin theta. Alright, is it the same here from this with this? Same, right? So we can say that this is equals to f theta. Okay, so yes, symmetric about y-axis. Understand, guys?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, example, let's say, show that r equals to, let's say we have 4 cos 6 lagi. Let's say 4 cos 8 theta lah. Macam tu besar sikit. 4 cos 8 theta is symmetric about x-axis. No, x-axis senang. Kita buat about the pole. About the origin or the pole. Okay. So first we let f theta equals to 4 cos 8 theta. And then we need to find f pi plus theta. Okay, because this is the formula of origin. This one. Mana tadi? Ni. we need to show that f theta is equivalent to f pi plus theta. So f pi plus theta is 4 cos 8 multiplied by pi plus theta. So we will have 4 cos 8 pi plus 8 theta. Like that. Okay, now for this case, we need to use the addition formula of trigo. Okay, kalau kita ada cos A plus B, okay, is equals to cos A, cos B minus sine A and sine B. Okay, now this is your A and this is your B. Okay, so let us proceed. We will have f pi plus theta is equals to 4 cos A is, ni sekejap saya open ni. A is 8 pi, so 8 pi cos 8 theta minus sine 8 pi sine 8 theta, like this. Okay, cos 8 pi is 1 and then sine 8 pi is 0. Okay, so we will have 4 times 1 multiplied by cos 8 pi, 8 pi plus 8 theta minus 0. Okay, so we will have 4 cos 8 theta. Is this the same like f theta? Yes. Okay. So yes, this is equals to f theta. Yes, symmetry about pi plus theta is about the pole, about the origin of the pole. Okay, guys. So did you understand?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes.